how do you close your cold calls? Good question, this. Always get a bit stuck when to wrap up a call and what the best CTA, call to action, is for next actions. Easy ways to get better this, signals to look out for. Okay, this is a really good question because I'll work back from this. How I close a call is I ask the prospect this question. Is there any reason why you wouldn't want to invite me to a call to explore this further for half an hour, 45 minutes? And I do that because I don't want to get invited in. I want the prospect to have to think about this themselves to a point where they go, well, actually, there's no reason why I wouldn't want to explore this further. And if there is, then we can handle that. And whatever they come up with, any objections, questions, then we can handle that. And then I'll ask them what they want to do next. But the key thing with this is that the way to look at it is the whole conversation, the whole cold call is closing the prospect. Because if I ask that question too early on in the conversation, then I'm probably going to get a lot of objections and questions like, well, what is it you actually do? How do you think you can help me? All the rest of it. So yeah, the whole cold call is effectively closing the prospect. And so it's a series of questions, and I like to focus on problems in the prospect's world because I know that people buy based on emotion first, and attached to emotion is going to be a lot of problems. And I know that prospects are more motivated to move away from pain than they are towards pleasure. So I don't talk about benefits and blue sky thinking and what's the end goal here. I talk about what are the problems right now here in the moment. And so typical questions I would ask is, what's the problem? What does it look like in the prospect's world? How long has it been a problem? Because that's going to be a good indicator of whether they need to do something about it. What have they done to try and fix it? Because it might mean, or it might be a better option for them to try and fix this themselves, or perhaps they've already got a supplier, vendor, or whatever that they're working with. So why don't they go and get them to help them fix it? And after that, then I want to figure out what impact is it having on the business? Is there a financial cost that I can attach to this, or is it just a big headache that they could do without? And then once I've done that, then it's trying to figure out, well, is this something they're even motivated to fix? Because some people are going to have problems in their world, but if they don't want to fix them, or they're not big enough that they want to do anything about it, then no point me meeting with them because they're never going to buy from me. So this is a disqualification process. And so if I can do all of that and all of those steps, then the last question, if I ask them, is this something you even want to fix? And they say, well, yeah, I would. Then I've closed them enough to ask them that final question. Well, is there any reason why you wouldn't invite me to a call to explore this further? Because once I've taken them on that journey and figured out what problem they've got, how big is it, and if they're even motivated to fix it, then they can almost close themselves, right? And I ask that question, is there any reason why you wouldn't want to invite me to a call to explore this further? And then it gets them to think, is there any reason? No, right? And I've closed them and they've effectively closed themselves. Then I can just ask them, well, have you got your diary there? When would you want to schedule this call? So yeah, not an easy answer to give because it's the whole process, the whole conversation is closing them, but that's exactly how I do it.